Right. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Give a double honor to the elders. Special salutations to the brothers that are teaching the truth and sincerity. All right. This is going to be a real quick video, or I'm going to try to make it quick. Basically going off of this police officer who gave this hour-long sit-down. You can actually go watch the sit-down. He was a St. Louis police officer, and he was a former Green Beret, all kinds of special army accolades or military accolades. And he gave a speech that was an hour long in front of a room full of Edomites, white people. And there's a couple things that he said that stood out to me that I wanted to point out. You can go back and watch the whole thing. There's a couple things that I wanted to touch on. They have the guy on CNN right here, as you can see.
There, Don. I think we're about to be arrested because we're standing on the sidewalk, and you said you wanted to move out of the way, sir. Move
That's him right there.
way, sir. Move.
Now this guy Blackchild did a video on
But
this
this
guy.
here
There he
is the
right
foundation for this. You can't separate them.
See, he's holding up the Bible, and he's holding the Constitution right there. All right. He reads a lot of Bible scriptures too. He butchers the Bible. He doesn't understand what's going on in the Bible. Of course, he's an Edomite. But I'm gonna get right into it just to hurry up and make my point. Let's see here. All right.
See this flag anywhere in the world. What I'd like for you to do is I'm going to pass these around, not steal them, it's all I got. I will break your arms. Okay? This is a Secretary of the Army in my last few months in Africa. Okay? Secretary Hillary Clinton was there. Okay? This is what the world's going to start to look like by 2015.
Now, the reason I'm showing this clip is because he did this sit down in 2012. He told them that this is what the world's going to start to look like in 2015, and that's where we're at right now, 2015. That's the reason why we have the military here right now doing the Jade Helm exercises, because they're getting ready to start doing all these things so they can go about establishing their one world government, their new world order. And this is the beginning of it, basically the North American Union, where at the top it says America, Canada, and Mexico. All right. So he said this in 2012, and we're actually living it right now in 2015. That's why all these weird things are happening, where they're moving all the military in, and they're bringing mobile mortuaries, and they're shutting down Walmarts. You know, they're doing all these things in preparation for this. All right.
How far is that away? It's not very far, is it? That means you better get prepared, folks. That's the only slide in the world like that. You won't find it nowhere in the world.
And the thing that's crazy is he's able to get a bunch of white people into a room and actually have a discussion like this. You can't have a discussion like this with Jakes, you know, with the Israelites, with the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. You can't do it. They rather talk about world star hip hop. That's the only way you're going to get them in the room to talk about anything or about some type of folly. All right, you're not going to be able to have a real conversation about the things that are going on, because Jake's head is so far up in the clouds, you know, that he could care less about anything like this until it really, really hits. All right.
I snapped that with a little camera. I was in that office that you see, that's Secretary of the Army. He said in 2015 events are going to start happening. That's going to transform us into this.
So it should start to make sense why they continuously show us black people being murdered by the police on the news, or a white guy running into a church killing 9 black people and the pork chop preaching pastor. All right, these are the events that are going to take place, and I'm going to show you later on something that he says to help us better tie in why, or what's so important about the Negroes. All right.
Now you've seen the Constitution. I'm not blowing smoke up your backside, folks, because you ain't got nothing I want, and I'm not afraid of a man in here. You don't intimidate me. So I'm not. That's true stuff. This is going to happen. It cannot be stopped.
That's right.
It's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop because it's prophesied to happen in the Bible. We're at the end of this man's kingdom. All right. So he's doing all this stuff, you know, like he's trying to create a new world order. That's what he's making it seem like. Oh, I want a new world order, one world government. But really, he's doing it because he knows he only has a little bit of time left. All right.
Until you get in touch with your state legislators and get up in their backside.
That's
You
not
got
going
to
to
start
stop it.
teaching your children. You need to get that 5- and 6-year-old and teach them their birth certificate, and you need to start pounding it into them. You got to make your man up. You got to make your mind up to man up or get out. Lead, follow, or move. This is serious business. There's going to be a lot of blood, folks.
It's not a game.
Because you're looking at one 60-year-old man ain't going to go along with it. Been there, done that. If I die, I go to heaven. What they gonna do? Kill me? Hell, I died a long time ago.
He's in the Clint Eastwood spirit. You're looking at one that's not going to go for it. There's nothing that nobody can do now. Right now, he's taking the position as if he's against them. But to me, it seems like they got him set up just to kind of rouse the people up and let them know what's going on. That's like that video we just saw of a crisis actor. You know, if you watch the rest of that, you can tell it just looks weird the way that whole thing's set up. You know.
Took 2 years early retirement, so I won't do it. This next election, folks, 2014 is not so much important, but the one in 2016, you had better choose right.
Right, and that's the one that we're at right now, the one in 2016. That's the elections that's coming up. And he's telling those guys they better choose right, but we all know that whatever president they put in office is under control of the elites. So it doesn't matter who they put in office. This is happening regardless of what anybody wants to do, because we're at the end of this movie, man. We're living through the times that the Lord spoke about in the very beginning. All right, when it says He came declaring the end from the beginning, well, we're in the end of it now.
In my opinion, there won't be one after that, because of what I'm telling you right there. It has started. The United States is about to have an economic collapse.
Hear that?
I'll get in that at the end of this.
And everybody knows that there's going to be an economic collapse. We can see that the dollar bill is not worth anything anymore. We see that Russia stopped using it. We see that China stopped using it. We see when we go to Canada, our money's not worth more than the money in Canada, when it used to be complete opposite than that. All right. So we know that there's going to be an economic collapse. All right. Now let me hurry up and just scroll through here so I can get to the point of why I'm doing this video. All right. Let's see. This was the whole point. So, what he's doing right here is he's showing them Rex 84, right? What he's showing on the internet. You can go to the internet and type it in. This is an actual sit down that these people actually had, and one person tried to bring it up, and this is what they said to him.
You see that we suspended the American Constitution, and I was deeply concerned about it, and wondered if that was the area in which he had worked.
I most respectfully request that that matter not be touched upon at this stage. If we wish to get into this, certain arrangements can be made for an executive session.
And tragically, the only member who got close was Jack Brooks, and he was stopped by the Trump.
So he was stopped.
He was immediately out the door, and this is about the last thing I'm going to have time for. This is Rex 84. This goes along with something you may want to write down called Operation Garden Plot.
Oh, this is Wikipedia's
This
Rex 84.
is Rex 84. You can read it yourself.
You can read it yourself. He's not about to read it to him. All right, but he pulled it up, right?
It goes right along. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not a
This
joke.
is not a joke.
Okay, now look. He said Rex 84 is not a joke. This white dude is not lying to these people, all right? He told him you can read it yourself. You see, it's Wikipedia, the exact same thing he just had on the screen, all right? So I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read the first sentence of this paragraph, then I'm going to read the second paragraph, all right? It says Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984, was a classified scenario and drill developed by the United States federal government to suspend the United States Constitution, declare martial law, place military commanders in charge of state and local governments, and detain large numbers of American citizens who are deemed to be national security threats in the event that the president declares a state of national emergency, all right? So the president has to declare this, all right? And this shows you that when you read this, this helps you to understand why they'll never put an actual Negro in office. They'll put somebody in office who looks like us to make us think that he's with us, but they'll never put an actual Negro in office, and this is why. Second paragraph, it says Rex 84 was written by Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, who was both National Security Council White House aide and NSC liaison to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and John Brinkerhoff, the Deputy Director of National Preparedness Programs for the FEMA. It says they patterned the plan on a 1970 report written by FEMA Chief Lewis Something at the Army War College, here's the point, which proposed the detention of up to 21 million American Negroes if there were ever a black militant uprising in the United States. So it should start to make sense to you why they keep showing you black people being murdered over and over and over again, because they're trying to make the black people basically revolt. So if you know, when you have riots like they had in Los Angeles, or the stuff that's going on in Baltimore and Ferguson, that's considered a black militant uprising. And when you look, the elites, they've been funding people out of state to go into these places and to riot. So like when you go look at Ferguson, they're talking about these people who are rioting and looting. These people are from out of town. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are being paid and sent up there to make. They're trying to make these events happen. All right. They're trying to go forward with this thing. All right. This white dude just told you right here that he's pointing at Rex 84 and saying this is serious business, folks. This is gonna happen. All right. So we see what's going on. They got it on the books to detain 21 million American Negroes. All right. So you Jakes better wake up because this white man's coming down with the hammer. Our brother Esau is really, really going to act the fool now. All right. He's going to pull his horns out for the grand finale. All right. Now, let's see here.
I personally, and many people that I work with, very, very, very close people that I know, expect an imminent collapse of the United States. Imminent. I don't know when it will come, but it's going to come.
We see it coming.
It will come.
And you see, he said this in 2012. He's saying it will come. It's 2015, like he said, and we can see these things happen. This thing right here says the proposed detention of 21 million American Negroes if there are black militant uprising. And we can see we're living in a place where they're basically creating an atmosphere that would make black people uprise, all right? Or that would make black people revolt, all right, so to speak. Because when we're constantly looking at each other getting murdered by the hands of this white man over and over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem like there's any justice coming. It's just setting the stage for one big boom, and then have everybody revolt. And that's all they're doing. All right. The reason they're doing it is because this is about Jacob's trouble. It's about putting Jacob through hell now. All right, because they know that the kingdom of heaven is for us, and that everything's going to be reversed when that happens. All right.
It may be one major event. It may be a series of events.
We're seeing a series of events. It started off with the white man shooting Jake. It's all psychological warfare. One minute you see the police killing Jake, you know, not going to jail for being acquitted, and they show you images like that over and over and over again. Now all of a sudden is the police choking out 14-year-old girls or a 19-year-old girl. They just go from one thing to the next. And the thing is, white police officers kill white people more than the white police officers kill blacks. White police officers kill Latinos more than white police officers kill blacks. But they're handpicking certain circumstances, certain situations that involve the Negroes, and showing that to us on the TV, because they can show us anything that they want. But for some reason, they're constantly showing Negroes being killed over and over and over and over again. It's part of the psychological programming to get people ready to revolt. These devils they're slick, but they're not that slick. All right, it's plain to see what they're doing. All right.
But it's going to happen. Every day that you tarry. If you are a Christian, every day that you wake up and you're on the side of your bed, if you're doing like me, you're scratching. Every time a foot hits the ground, all of hell should shake. When that other foot comes down, the world should tremble from a Christian waking up.
This is
you need to be out.
And see, he says that, and you know, who are the real Christians? We know the Israelites are the real Christians. He's basically letting you know that every single day that goes by, you should be trembling because these devils are getting ready to act a fool. And you know, the men of the Lord, want these things to come to pass, because that means the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Everything that these people are doing should show brothers that are in the know that the kingdom is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's at hand. That's the reason why all these things are happening, all right? Now, when he says things like that, the world should tremble, it makes me think of this scripture right here. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time." All right? So that's what's going on. That's why this devil is doing this, man. He knows he only has a little bit of time left. So, you know, he's trying to go ahead and do away with the prophecies. If he can kill all of us, then that means that he can break the prophet. That means that he's upsetting the prophecies in the Bible. But he's not going to be able to do that. All right. He's going to, 2/3 of our people are going to die, like the scriptures say. But the Lord said he's going to save 1/3 of our people. All right.
They're doing something. And I don't care whether you're a Christian or not. I personally believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, but I'm also a killer. I've killed a lot. And if I need to, I'll kill a whole bunch more. If you don't want to get killed, don't show up in front of me. It's that simple.
He just told you plain and simple. I believe in Jesus as my anointed, but I'm also a killer. Esau, man, is going to show you that it's just funny, man, because Jake's getting ready to find out that he was not created to be the wicked in this movie. All right. Yeah, we do bad things to each other because we're under curses. We kill each other, sell drugs to each other, fight each other. It could be a person stepping on your shoe, and we'll kill them. You know what I'm saying? We won't do that to a white person, but we do that to each other. But we don't go fly our planes over into other countries and drop bombs on whole countries full of people. We don't move military bases here, and go and tell people what they can and can't do in their country. All right. We don't go into laboratories and create AIDS and give it to people. We don't have things like the Tuskegee experiment or the Black Wall Street where they just go and drop bombs on people that are doing good. We're not created to be the wicked in this movie, and pretty soon you're getting ready to find that out. All right. Let me see. Let's go ahead and skip ahead.
He can make things happen for you. If you don't, you will go to the bullet box. And I only know maybe one or two people in here that's seen combat. You don't want to see it. You do not want my kind of memories. You don't. I'm just telling you. You don't know what it's like to see a flood of humanity. Floods of it. For those of you who have diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, you're dead. Your maximum effective lifespan is 24 hours by the time this thing hits. That's all you got. And this is going to happen.
We know a lot of Jake's got
Operation
high blood
Guard Pod
pressure.
goes and talks a lot about the continuity of government. The continuity of government is a concept where those in power are going to protect themselves against you. And every time you do something they don't like, they become more oppressive. When you find out they become more oppressive, you do something. It keeps ratcheting.
So like, I don't know what happened right there.
We're all being funneled. I want to talk to you real quickly about the last 60 hours of the nation.
All right. Well, let's just skip ahead of here. You guys can go watch this video too, but just showing you, man, that these guys are preparing. They're letting their people know what's going on. Our people are at the club or, somewhere else, but you can't tell them anything. This is going to come as a thief in the night to these guys.
The fourth thing that's going to happen. Okay? Contractors are going to come in. They'd be me. People like me, but on the other side. They're going to kill you.
Hear that? People like him. Contractors are going to come in. People like him, but they're on the other side, is what he said. All right? Now, I want to, before I even let him finish, let me go back to something that this guy said real quick.
I'm not jumping up and down about that. Blaine Lukenmeyer out there where I live is an absolute idiot. Roy Blunt and Claire McCaskill won't even talk to me. They say, you're an extremist. I say, amen.
This is what he said right here.
Okay?
Okay?
And I'm real good with a rifle. My best shot is 1,875 meters. I could be a gold star on that one. That's a fact. You run from me, you will die tired. I'm dead serious, folks.
They're laughing. He's dead serious. He said 1,875 meters. If you look that up, that's a little more than a mile. So he's basically saying, look, you try to run from me, you get a mile ahead of me, but I'm still going to clap you down. And the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to be out of breath dying. That's all that's going to happen. And he said contractors are coming in. He said, but there are people like him, but they're on the other side, all right? So Esau, man, he's done a good job of keeping his elite killers away from us. You know what I'm saying? Now they're about to pull it all out. All the stops is coming, all right? And guess what? When these guys show up, they're not going to be sagging. They're not going to be aiming sideways, all right? They're going to be able to shoot you from a mile away. The only way that you're getting ready to get out of what's getting ready to happen is if the Spirit of the Lord is with you to deliver you, all right? The Lord's the one who's orchestrating all this anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he can either deliver you into their hands or he can deliver you out of their hands. There's no getting around that. There's no in between, all right? And let's see, where was we at? All right. Let me show you something real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 16, all right, verse 4. It says, the Lord has made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So this white man and everything he's doing, you got to consider the work of the Lord. He made this man to do exactly what he's doing for the day of evil, all right? This is why this man was created, to do just this, all right? So that's why the scriptures say that we're supposed to have the Lord in all our thoughts. Because even though this white man is doing this, that should make you think to the Lord even more like, wow, the Lord made this guy to be perfect at what he's doing right now. All right? Let's see here. Now, remember what he said, right?
The fourth thing that's going to happen. Okay? Contractors are going to come in. They be me. People like me, but on the other side. They're going to kill you.
This dude's cold. Now look at this dude right here. You can go look this up. Dabu 7 had this up there.
My name's Tom Meade. I'm a retired Special Forces senior non-commissioned officer. I spent 20 years in the Army. I spent 13 with Special Operations. I'm currently a contractor working for United States Army Special Operations Command.
What did he just say? He said contractors are going to come in, right? Guys like him, they're going to kill you. See how this guy, I'm a contractor. See how he's acting? Got it on a little suit, got his little glasses, you know, talking real proper to the people, but he's a stone cold killer, just like the other dude who we just looked at. And everybody, like I said, you're going to find that you weren't created to be the evil in this movie. Between this guy and that other dude, there's no telling how many bodies those guys got together, all right? There's no telling the amount of bodies that they have laid down in his, like he said, in his 20 years of being in the military. This guy being a Green Beret, like he said, I'm a cold-blooded killer. I've killed plenty, and I'll kill some more. All right. So, hey man, you know Jake likes to run around talking about, oh yeah, I got bodies, man. Man.
You're going to start seeing people. That person sitting next to you, a few years from now, will not be sitting there because they're going to be gone. Because somebody like me is going to come in and kill you. For all you wannabes out here who think you're the baddest thing in the world, I got news for you. You're going to meet bad.
Who are the wannabes, all right? That's the question. When he says all you wannabes out here, who's he talking to when he says that? All right? We just read Rex 84. It's about these Jakes. It's about you Negroes, man. And really, it was the King Alfred plan at first, when they first came out with it, but it was amended in 84 by Ronald Reagan to include the Latino community as well. All right, you wannabes, he said, I got news for you. He said, you're getting ready to meet bad. You guys think you're bad, all this stuff we've been doing to each other. You're getting ready to find out who the devil is.
Not that bad can't be killed, but when you're talking with somebody who does this 24/7 every day of their life, they get pretty good at it.
Right, you get good at anything that you do every single day. He's talking about somebody who does this 24/7. What do you mean there's people, our people don't even know there's people that kill 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they get good at it. The first time you pull a gun out to rob somebody, your heart might be beating fast, your hand might even be shivering a little bit. You know, you're not really prepared for what the guy who you pull the gun on is going to do, because you've always taught you pull a gun out on somebody, he's just going to give you everything. But what happens when that guy tries to take off and run? You don't have full control of the situation. It's your first time doing it. The second time you do it, you might hop right in the car with the guy, pull your gun out, hit him in his face. Bam, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You're getting better at it now, all right? This is how these guys are at killing. It's an everyday thing for them, all right? You guys better wake up, man.
Not somebody who just does it every now and then. I've seen grown men go out and buy all the latest widgets. I've seen guys in the Army do this. You can always tell the rookie. He's got.
Well, that's pretty much it on that. You know, I don't want to be too long-winded on this thing, all right? Now, like I said, let's see. Like I said, this white man was blessed to rule with the sword, all right? He's the Lord's sword, all right? Well, God told you that he made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil, okay? So guns are guns, none of that's going to work. The only thing that's going to work is if the Spirit of the Lord is on us, all right? That's the only thing that's going to deliver you up out of this thing. This is, let's see, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 4. It says, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord. See, the workers of iniquity is this white man, all right? The reason that you know it's not talking about Israel is because it says that the workers of iniquity, they eat up my people. Who's God's people? God's people are the Israelites, all right? It's saying they don't call upon the Lord, all right? They're just devils. They're the devil, all right? Now, what we need to do as Israelites is we have to call upon the name of the Lord. That's our stronghold, all right? This is Psalms 50 and 14. It says, offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. It says, and call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. All right? So that's what we have to do, man. We have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments as the people of the Lord, and we have to call upon the Lord. All right? This is Psalms chapter 18. I start at verse 1. It says, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. it says, the Lord Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. Verse 3, I will call upon the Lord Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from my enemies. All right. So, hey, you know, at the end of the day, we got to call on the Lord and hope that, you know, the Lord has mercy upon us and finds us, and finds favor enough in us to deliver us. All right. You know, with that, I'm going to close out. Shalom.